Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Friday night special. Tonight we have a really lovely evening. We are going to be doing a special guided meditation with oh my God, Dr. Hugh McCague. I'm so sick, and I'm so sorry. I'm so silly. Dr. Hugh McCague, and he is going to be guiding us through a beautiful guided meditation. And it is a great way to finish off the week. It has been a wild week. I don't know about you guys, but as you can see, I'm, having issues with my memory. But I've been sick for pretty much most of the week, and I have been coughing nonstop, and also my brain is not working. But I still made it through the end of the week, and I think this is a great way to just end off this week, and also just to sort of take a moment to for calm, because we're about to sort of get into some weird times, especially with the Christmas season and all that. So it's important to, see sort of have a calm before the storm. So I think this is a great way, and because it's recorded, you can come back and listen to this recording again and use it for your own personal meditation. As well, you can check out some of the links that have been provided by Dr. McCaig, and links to some of the references and some of the materials for the Rosicrucian Order. And if you're in Ontario, especially in the GTA, you should check out and go down and check out the temple and see Dr. McCaig. Maybe you guys could sort of hang out and sort of like talk shop. So, but for the rest of us, this is going to be a lovely evening tonight. We're just going to have something, just a little special meditation, just for about an hour. And if you have any questions, you can save them towards the end. But I just want to just make sure that we have. There's my cat. That we have enough time to just get through this exercise, and just allow yourself to float away, and then to rest and relax. So, without further ado, I will pass on the mantle to Dr. McCaig. Go
Thank
ahead,
you very
Hugh.
much, Crystal. Great to be with you and
Thank you.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a special evening for Friday going into the weekend. I know our weekends can look in a variety of different ways, depending for many it's not working, but some it is working, or various social events. But I invite you to view this time as a mini retreat together for about an hour, and we'll do one long guided meditation, but there'll be various stages and steps in it, and we'll do various Rosicrucian exercises to do with breathing. Um, I'll outline to you, and I'll give you instructions as we go through. Uh, through there'll be also doing what the Rosicrucians refer to as the overall exercise, where we concentrate on different parts of our body. And then there's also the ascending to the heights of the celestial sanctum, and we'll have an opportunity to do some metaphysical, what Rosicrucians refer to as metaphysical aids or remote healing, sending healing to others uh, that we know of, and others that are in need. We'll also have an opportunity to do a visualization, and also ask a question to our deepest nature, the inner self. And I'll give further description of these. So we'll do some of that, we'll do all these things and more over the next hour. To help inspire us, um, I'm going to share an image with you, but much of the time we'll have our eyes closed. But to give us a certain degree of inspiration for uh, what we're doing today. Now, this image, I think you may recall from when the style and the work here by the Rosicrucian artist Nicomendes Gomez. We had a presentation on his art and Rosicrucian laws and principles. This work is entitled Life, Light, Love, Tri-Pitch, or three panels. And those concepts of life, light, and love are very important to Rosicrucians and people in general. I'll mention a little bit about the meaning of these paintings because they have to do with our exercise we're about to do. In a way, we're going to apply all three of these panels in our exercise over the next hour. And just to mention a little bit about life, light, and love. Um, the Rosicrucians, we talk about the law of the triangle. You have two polarities need to be perfectly blended to form a new manifestation. We see that in a variety of ways. For example, a north and south pole of a magnet to give the magnetic field, or the positive negative charge for electricity to flow, and so forth. Similarly, to have love sustained in our lives, its expression, we need to have life and light well blended. We need to be the life, particularly in the sense of the life force in us that will charge up during our meditation period, but also good health, radiant health, and also light in a sense of knowledge and understanding. When we bring those together, the love can flow. It's always there to be released, but when we have approach with good health and with knowledgeable understanding, we can sustain its expression in all things that we do. Now, on the right, we're going to ascend to the heights of the celestial sanctum. You'll see this is actually a home sanctum depicted here of a Rosicrucian. They've got various, that could be, it's up to them what they want to put on as inspiring things of sacred nature. For example, the Pharaoh Akhenaten, who's an important part of the ancient history of the Rosicrucians, going back to ancient Egypt and its mystery schools. But the Buddha, or the awakened one, and we see here the reflected of the Master Jesus, or Yeshua. Other students will have different things on their sanctum, but one constant will be the two candles, which ties in with what I just told you about the two polarities. In a way, then there's a mirror here, and so we've seen a figure here mirrored, actually, which we think of as ourselves. We're in a way that third point of manifestation, and you'll see various. Here's a sacred temple associated with a cathedral. But the Rosicrucians are not a religion, but persons, if they have a particular religion, they'll find that their understanding of it is greatly enhanced by the Rosicrucian laws and principles. But there's ascending up that we'll do during our meditation period, particularly when we do the ascend to the heights of the celestial sanctum. There's also the dove descending and the Holy Grail descending, sort of that perfection of nature. In the centerpiece here, you'll actually see at the heart of a Rosicrucian temple. In many respects, it's based on the Grand Temple that's in San Jose, California, for the one of the main temples in the world for Rosicrucians. There's one in Toronto as well. And you'll notice there's tremendous energy going off from the very centerpieces, the Shekinah, which has some relationships to the altar, but also Shekinah, in the Hebrew meaning the presence of God in our midst. Again, there's a rising up into what Rosicrucians would call the cosmic, the universal intelligence back of the universe and all natural and spiritual laws. The artist here has depicted a particular avatar, the Master Yeshua or the Master Jesus, but it could be any enlightened being there. And indeed, we're called to be enlightened ourselves. On the far left, you'll see the all-seeing eye, the radiating of the lights, and there's actually a rose cross there and various mystical symbolism of and when we send metaphysical aid out into the cosmos to those in need, in a way, we'll be doing like this figure here suggested by the all-seeing eye, that consciousness of the cosmic here. And you'll see the earth, the beautiful blue jewel of the earth. What Rosicrucians refer to as the cosmic keyboard, all the vibrations that we learn to play as a master pianist as we grow up and mature. I'll give you in the resources too a reference on an exhibit of the Nicomedes Gomez's paintings, and it has more description in there about them in Spanish, but there are ways that you can get it translated if you're not fluent in Spanish. Also in the resources, there's a article that I give you on the Grand Temple in San Jose, California, Rosicrucian Park, with a lot of the things to do with the symbolism of the temple and its murals. We'll apply some of them in our meditation exercise. So at this time, I invite you to take in these inspiring images some more. They help uplift us in our meditation exercise. Also give us a deep sense of well-being and a sense of how, as we're healed, we're helped to heal others. We're more able to enter into a healing relationship with ourselves and with all we come in contact with. So when you're ready, I invite you to close your eyes. And we'll hear the ring now.
Okay, so we will get that together. And yeah.
One of the beautiful things about those vibrations, you can feel them vibrating within the core of our being. Thank you so much, Crystal. At this time, I invite you to begin gently. Let's just follow our breath. Give some instructions and descriptions. I invite you now to breathe deeper than usual to the degree comfortable. You can fill your lungs right into the diaphragm. And we'll just stay in the present by focusing on our breath. Just enjoy the great incoming and outgoing of the breath. You may wish to add imagery or think of it along the lines of being by a shoreline, a great sea or ocean or lake, and the waves are lapping in. Everything manifests through vibrations, just like we heard the ringing there. But the incoming and outgoing of our breath is a vibration. Coming of the waves of the shoreline are. All that manifests within and around us is through vibration. So what the Rosicrucians refer to as, and I alluded to earlier, cosmic keyboard. Having higher and higher octaves, each octave doubling the rate of vibration. Going up higher and higher and higher. Part of our exercise this evening will be going higher and higher into those octaves for their enrichment. But each octave resonates in a certain sense, reflects the other octaves, such as a C note on one octave has a special harmonic resonance with a C note on all the other octaves. And we'll apply that, bring the highest rates of vibration of the cosmic into our being for our well-being and healing. Just continue to enjoy the gentle rhythm of the breath, staying in the present. One of the wonderful things about being in the present is it helps us to let go of any regret about the past. It also helps us to let go about anxiety of the future, what psychologists would call anticipatory anxiety. Yes, in the present, we can deal with the past by reflecting on it, assessing it, learning from it, and then letting go. And the same too, in the present, we can plan, make plans for the future, but stay in the present without anxiety. This way we can enjoy our lives more. I invite you to, part of that enjoyment and coming into joy, to extend your exhalation longer than your inhalation to the degree comfortable for you. You may wish to work with the octave and having your incoming breath length to be 1 unit, and your outgoing breath to be 2 units in length. Or even longer if it's comfortable for you. And something wonderful happens when we extend our exhalation longer than our inhalation. They're automatically the relaxation response. And with each outgoing extended breath, there's a building or cumulative effect. I know you experienced this, but don't take anything I say this evening for testing and trying it. First-hand experience is at the heart of the Rosicrucian tradition, and indeed mysticism overall. And by mysticism, we mean the direct experience, the first-hand experience, the divine, and the totality, the all. We also mean the art and science of love, which we'll explore this evening. We also mean fully growing up, not just coming into adulthood at 18 years of age or 21 years of age, but continue learning lessons of life, moving greater and greater into knowledge and its compassionate application and wisdom. All these things and more are what mysticism is. This is why the Rosicrucians are referred to as the ancient mystical order, Rosicrucius. Just continue to enjoy the gentle rhythm of your breath. If you find your mind wandering, just lovingly, gently bring it back to the incoming and outgoing breath. And if it's okay to continue just breathing a little deeper than usual, the opportunity to open up a window, even if it's cool out, to get a little fresher air that way, I invite you to do so, at least for a while. Continue to extend your exhalation longer than inhalation. These are very simple acts, but they're very profound ones. They're part of what Rosicrucians refer to as the mastery of life. And by mastery, I mean living in harmony with all, harmonious relationships with the actions of our organs, the various systems of our body that we're working with this evening, but also harmonious relationships within our emotions and laws and principles we've set up in our minds, and also the laws we've set up in our subconscious to be harmonious, but also harmonious in our relationships with others and all living beings, and harmonious relationships with our environment and indeed the cosmos. This is self-mastery, the experience of harmonium. It's a very enriching, deepening experience we've often felt. Just working to have it more as a way of life continually. And the mastering of the breath is part of that process. Whenever during the day we're starting to feel overwhelmed, we can extend our exhalation. Don't not breathe quickly, but slowly. A deeper breath, extended breath. Help draw out a feeling of well-being, feel more integrated, feel more fully ourselves. Then we can see things not so much as a burden or what we have to do, but what we get to do in growing and learning. And the great adventure of living. And with each incoming breath, you may wish to have a sense of feeling what Rosicrucians refer to as the vital life force. There's other terms and other traditions, such as the prana or the chi. One of the wonderful things that happens through this breathing exercises, which is a form of meditation, is that we become increasingly sensitive. We can feel the flow of the vital life force in our body. Often we feel it first as a tingling in our toes or tingling in our fingers. It's an enriching tonic effect. It's just the opposite of what colloquially is known as pins and needles when we have lack of oxygen to a part of our body because there's been pressure on it. This is the opposite. It's very healing. It's very soothing. Just feel the different flows in the body now. Rosicrucians refer to as the holy temple. Housing the mighty master within, the divine within, the inner self, our true nature and guide in life. Indeed, as you exhale and feel the relaxation response, you may just wish to feel that you're letting go, turning inward. With each incoming breath, feeling more centered and still and peaceful. Meditation is a very enriching act, a very enjoying act, or joyous act. It's part of the motivation to come back and do it daily. It's good if we can be doing at least an hour of meditation daily, and if there's times when we can do more, that can be of great value in our healing ourselves, getting more centered. It's good to have set times each day. Some people find they like to do an hour at once. Others find upon rising to some meditation, you can do at least 5 minutes or more to help set the spirit for the day, get aligned for the day, come into a constructive state of mind. Then midday, after one's maybe been roughed up by things that have happened and any stresses there have been, a period to meditation, even 5 minutes, but if you can do longer, be soothed, be comforted. Time for healing. And then later in the day, particularly there's value if you can do before going to bed, at least 5 minutes to get into a more harmonious state, to enter into sleep and have a high quality sleep. We know that meditation does that from the Rosicrucian teachings, but also from scientific studies that have been done, particularly over the past 3 decades and increasingly so now. Meditation like this can also help us get caught up in sleep. As good as we much possible, we can try to know the amount that we need each night. Meditation will help us have a higher quality sleep as well. With all the health benefits of meditation and of sleep, there's a great boosting effect for ourselves. And as we're healed, we're more able to help in the healing of others. Let us not have any self-negativity if we find our mind wandering. It's all part of the process. In a way, we're doing what psychologists refer to as increasing our attentional control. Some estimate that people on average have their minds wandering about half of the time while they're in their waking state. It's the practice of meditation. We can decrease that amount of mind wandering. We can stay on task more. People don't have to repeat things as much to us. We can work more accurately and precisely, so our mind is not moving off from a specific task. We work more efficiently. Meditation is time well spent to achieve these matters and much more. We're doing so far what the Rosicrucians would refer to as neutral breathing. So for our guided meditation this evening. That is, we've not been holding our inhalation nor holding our exhalation, just letting them go back and forth, but extending the exhalation. This time I'm going to invite you, if you're so inclined, to do with me what's referred to as negative breathing. This will help us charge up the body with both polarities of the vital life force, and we'll feel the tonic effect. In negative breathing, what we do is we inhale, and then we have that extended exhalation, and we hold it out and don't breathe back in right away. Just hold it out to the degree that's comfortable. And when you really need to, particularly wish to, inhale back in again. So I invite you now to inhale and then exhale and hold it out. Don't breathe back in yet. And then when you need to breathe, back in again. And when you're doing this, you can feel the change in the flows in the body, an intensification of the life force, tingling. When you're ready again to breathe in, And then exhale and hold it out without breathing back in. And when you need to, breathe back in. When you're breathing out, extend the exhalation. Hold it out without breathing in again to the degree comfortable. And then breathe back in again. But don't hold the inhalation. We'll do that later. Just extend your exhalation out again and hold it out and stop there. Let's keep going for about another minute longer. After a few neutral breaths, neither holding the inhalation or holding the exhalation, we'll do what Rosicrucians refer to as positive breathing. Here we'll do, in a certain sense, the opposite of what we just did. On this occasion, when we breathe in, we'll hold our breath in and then breathe out again when we feel the need to. Right. So I invite you now to breathe in and hold the breath. Feel free through these exercises if you want to be lying down or seated in your chair, however you want to be situated. The main thing is that we can breathe in an unencumbered way. If you want to hold your hands together and your feet closed to close the circuit of the flow of the life force in your body to increase the effect, feel free to do so. If you do close your hands, put them over the solar plexus, the great nexus of nerves in the body. So let's breathe in again and hold it. And when you need to, breathe out. Just be sensitive to all that you're experiencing. This is a new way to experience our bodies, our minds, and hearts. And when you're ready, just keep breathing in again and hold. And let's just keep going for about another minute and a half, doing positive breathing. A very simple act, but it's actually helps attune us with our divine within as well. It's a form of meditation. And when you'd like to, you're going to turn back to the neutral breathing. And I still invite you still to extend your exhalation longer than inhalation to feel that calming effect. The stimulation of the great vagus nerve. It works with the autonomic nervous system, which applies the law of the triangle again, having the two poles, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. And when they work together in harmony, there's a state of autonomic balance. And when there's perfect balance, there's a state of enlightenment. As we extend our exhalation, we stimulate the great vagus nerve and move towards that autonomic balance. As we relax this way, we find that our heartbeat slows up. Our heart is working more efficiently. It's able to do just as much, in some ways even more, and take longer breaks between beats. In a way, in the great system and order of existence, it's an analogy within our own life. We need to take breaks to work most efficiently. And remember this breathing exercise to allow us to relax while we work. As surprising as that may seem for some chas. Traditional teaching in mysticism and in philosophy down through the ages is the law of correspondence. That is the mirroring or the correspondence of the microcosm and the macrocosm, the mini universe that we are with the great universe, the macrocosm around us. And in that correlation, that correspondence, we come into a unity with all. Traditional alchemical expression is as above, so below. But in a certain sense, so below, or as below, so above. There's deep interlocking meaning, connections. Important part of having meaning and purpose in our life is making interconnections. Another thing that happens with meditation, including these breathing exercises, is we come into what's known today as optimal heart rate variability. We don't wish our hearts to be running like a metronome, for example, 1 second for each and every beat, but varying somewhat. This comes about through our harmony with the autonomic nervous system. The sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems have their respective roles that the Rosicrucians have applied for centuries, but have been more recently revealed more generally in science. One of the nervous systems I've alluded to is for action. Another more is reflection. Both are important actions to be taking place. One is more contemplative, one is more outer action based. They're both important for the balance in life. As we come into the autonomic balance, we're more able to steer our lives, just like you think of the two nervous systems like the left and right sides of a handlebar. And you've got to adjust to the left or the right as you're riding your bicycle through the streets. Same through life. We're adjusting the handlebars, the analogy of the two nervous systems, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. These meditation exercises allow us to have a balance, in a dynamic way to steer our way through life. Now we've done some breathing exercises with neutral breathing, negative breathing, and positive breathing. And we're feeling a very strong effect. I think you'll find that your body's tingling. You can feel more what the traditional Rosicrucian Jacob Boehme said when a human being is truly a being of light. We can feel ourselves charged with light. And our body will literally feel lighter. So you continue to enhance this effect and continue to apply the law of cosmic attunement and law of purification. Let's continue our guided meditation by doing another mystical exercise that the Rosicrucians refer to as the overall exercise. I invite you now to concentrate on the tips of your toes, and we'll go through our bodies in concentration, and we'll continue to enhance the harmonious actions of our body, our mind, and heart through this process. So I invite you to put all your concentration as if the entirety of existence was in the tips of your toes, as surprising as that sounds. I think when you do that, you'll feel there's an intensified tingling of the life force. You can picture the wondrous structure and symmetry of our divine temple, our holy temple, the body. Picture there the electrons and the protons, the neutrons, the molecules, the RNA and the DNA, the cells and protein, the wondrous structure of it all as we move through our toes. You may wish to picture like a white light moving through your temple, up into our main body of our feet, left and right, tops and bottoms, the blood flowing, the electromagnetic energy, the nervous system. We move through the arch in our feet, the top of our feet, inside the bones, the heel, the back of our ankle, our ankles, moving gradually up into our lower legs. Enjoying this movement through the microcosm, mirroring the macrocosm, the larger universe. Just continue to visualize as if all consciousness was focused through your legs, up towards the mid part of your legs, the knees, the sinew, the cartilage, the meniscus, the blood flowing, the bones, the muscles. You may wish to picture as if you're focusing on each and every cell in the human body. Rosicrucian is known for centuries that the nucleus of the cell is positively charged and the walls are negatively charged. We're bringing the cells into a harmonious state, working together. We're also enlivening the mitochondria in the cells, provide about 90% of the energy of the body. So we get them working better. They stay in the cells. When we're stressed, they tend to leave the cells. That's why we feel lower energy when we're stressed. And then moving up through our upper legs, enjoying the exhilaration, the ascent through the holy temple. Feel a tremendous charge of energy of the vital life force. It's always there, but we're intensifying it, and we're through our sensitivity of meditation, we're able to sense it more. So whatever happens, let it unfold in good conscience. So move towards wherever you're seated or lying down. You feel the pressure of your mid-body. Let's gradually move up to the mid part of our body. I wish to give a little extra time on the solar plexus, great nexus of nerves. And gradually up through back and front, the lower part of our mid-body, the spine, the ganglia going out from it, all the vital organs. Let's move through them, recharging them, assisting them in their harmonious action. The music of the body. When we reach the heart, the great seat of emotions, the great psychic center. assistant in its harmonious actions, working day and night for us, guided by the subconscious mind, ultimately the subconscious mind guided by the cosmic mind, so we don't have to think about these actions. Gradually move up higher up into the mid chest, upper chest area, the thymus gland, above the heart, back in front of the chest, up to our shoulders. And when you reach the shoulders, I invite you to refocus your attention on the tips of your fingers. And we'll go through our fingers and hands and arms just like we went through our toes and our feet and our legs. But all your concentration, as if the entirety of consciousness was in the tips of your fingers and your fingers, your knuckles, back in front of your hands, the thumb to the wrist, the lower arm, moving through the lower arm to the elbows, and then back up the upper part of the arms, the bicep, the armpit, as we reach the shoulders again. And let's move our attention towards the base of the neck. And that the nape of our neck at the base of the neck is a great nexus of nerves there. Let's spend a little time concentrating on it. It's one of the centers in the body that helps dampen down the highest rates of vibration of the cosmic keyboard and the higher and higher octaves. So our outer objective consciousness and our body can experience their effects. Then let's gradually move through our necks, past the thyroid, endocrine gland, also psychic center, up through the throat, towards the jaw, the lower lips, the lower gums, lower teeth, and move back into the head, the lower part of the head at the back, and return back to the tongue, the upper gums, the upper teeth, the upper lips, move back into the head, base of the brain, and back to our eyes, eyelids, third eye between our eyes, above our nose, and then move into the brain, circulate all around the brain. Spend some time on the pituitary gland, another one of the great endocrine glands and psychic centers. Charging it its important functions, its physical, psychic, and spiritual nature. And then gradually move towards the pineal gland, about the size of a pea. Concentrate on it. A center of great importance as an endocrine gland and a psychic center, and dampening down the highest rates of vibration of the cosmic keyboard for our enlightenment, our well-being. Feeling of union with all. And when you're ready, maybe we should go to your forehead, back through the top of your head and your scalp and your hair. Once you've gone through the body once, I invite you to go through 2 more times, but we'll do it silently and a greater pace. I think you'll feel as you go through each time, there's an intensification of the relaxation, the calmness, the tranquility, the sense of the divine within us and all around us. So through the toes and the feet, up through the legs, past the knee, upper legs. Just continue. Just keep going. When you reach your shoulders, we can go to the tips of our fingers again, through the arms. Back up to the shoulders where we left off, and then through the nape of the neck and the neck, through the head at special centers. When you've completed the second circuit, I invite you to make a third. Once we've done the third circuit, we've completed the overall exercise, but we'll continue our guided meditation. One exercise harmoniously flowing into the other, one building on the other. At this time, I invite you to ascend with me to the heights of the celestial sanctum. We'll follow the instructions of the Rosicrucian booklet, Liber 777. I've given you resources on. To do that, we'll continue to apply the law of purification by saying the following prayer and invocation. May the divine essence of the cosmic infuse my being and cleanse me of all impurities of mind and body, that I may enter the celestial sanctum and attune in pureness and in worthiness. So mote it be. And at this time, I invite you to use all your imaginative capacity, psychic faculties, to picture yourself, to visualize yourself rising up above where you're dwelling, up over the building, up over your neighborhood even, going faster and faster over your geographic area now over your town or city, even your province and state, a great nation and country. Seeing down below the great weather systems and landforms, as we rise higher and higher, going faster and faster, using great inner spiritual energy. Now up over our continent, and even our hemisphere, we see the beautiful blue jewel of the earth below us, great oceans and landforms. It's rotating about its axis. We see the beautiful white satellite, the moon, revolving about. A great home in the temple of the earth. Let us continue to rise faster and faster, way beyond the speed of light as we transcend space and time now. Pass out from our solar system, past the great fiery ball of the sun, the beautiful elliptical orbits of the planets. Rising higher and higher, past nebula, various stellar phenomena, the quasars and pulsars and black holes helping balance the universe. Great cosmic web connecting the galaxies and stars. Experience the great system and order and the harmony of the spheres. We pass out now from the great arm of the Milky Way galaxy. Look back at its wondrous spiraling beauty. As we look up and see other galaxies, let us move out faster and faster, way beyond the speed of light, high up into the cosmos, a high transcendent place. We'll apply the law of correspondence as we rise higher and higher. We'll go deeper and deeper within ourselves. When we're high up into the cosmos, experience what the Rosicrucians call the cosmic, the universal intelligence back of the cosmos and all natural and spiritual laws. Let us slow up and picture our personal sacred space, our celestial sanctum. Maybe simply the inspiring view of the cosmos, great temple of divine all around us, or maybe an inspiring temple back on earth. or maybe a sacred place in nature, on earth, like a sacred grove, an inspiring view over a great body of water, or high up on a hilltop or mountaintop, the expansive view, suggesting the universal consciousness, the consciousness of the divine and the vastness. Just fill in the sights and sounds, both physical, psychic, and spiritual, of your personal sacred space. You wish to picture all those with us on the meeting tonight, and all seekers, all visible and invisible masters, all ascended beings, all highly evolved beings throughout the cosmos with us now, dwelling in unity and love. Make it real, make it vital. Feel the exhilaration of being at this high point of consciousness, the celestial sanctum. And when you're ready, you can release your visualization by saying, if it pleases the cosmic, it is done, so mote it be. And let us dwell in receptivity. Just let go. Be receptive. Feel all there is to feel. Surrender to the divine within. And be receptive to any impressions that come to us now. It'll guide us in our life. Just continue to let go and surrender. Just feel all there is to feel. To surrender, let our minds become one with the cosmic mind, the universal intelligence, the all-embracing divine, one with the one. We'll continue our period of meditation. We'll apply another spiritual operation of the work and worship of the Rosicrucian Order AMORC. I invite you to join me now in the sending of metaphysical aid from this high point of consciousness, celestial sanctum. From the depths of our being, let us radiate love and well-being out to all those who petitioned the Grand Lodge of the Rosicrucian Order AMORC for guidance and healing. And let us radiate love and well-being to all those who petition affiliate bodies, the Rosicrucian Order AMORC, for guidance and healing. And let us radiate love and well-being to all those you know who are in need of guidance and healing. And finally, let us radiate love and well-being to all sentient beings throughout the cosmos who are in need of guidance and healing. Just let the love and well-being flow out from you like a great searchlight filling the cosmos, reaching all in need. As we ascend to the heights of celestial sanctum with exhilaration, like so too now let the flow go out from you, the love and well-being, to all in need, like a great searchlight illuminating the cosmos. Visualize the light, life, and love flowing out from you at a great speed, great rapidity. I think you'll find at a certain point it'll speed up and you know it's reaching those in need. And even a certain point where you can just let go. You don't have to apply any conscious effort anymore for the flow to continue. When that happens, just let it flow and continue to surrender to the process with the divine within. Soon we'll formally conclude this period of sending metaphysical aid, but we'll continue our period of meditation a while longer. In this act of applying the law of service, we've worked with the Silent Council of the Council of Solace, the Grand Lodge of the Rosicrucian Order AMORC. We've also, in effect, applied the law of service, law of cosmic attunement, the law of cause and effect, or the law of karma. For as you give, so you shall receive, and without intending to have a healing effect for ourselves, it nevertheless occurs, and sending out and radiating love and well-being. It's very healing or making whole for us as well. Let us dwell a while longer at the heights of the celestial sanctum, one with the cosmic mind, experiencing as the cosmic mind experiences, and one with the one. Soon we'll begin our descent from the heights of the celestial sanctum. But if you wish to continue longer in the meditation, feel free to do so. Before we just make our descent, taking this consciousness of the cosmic, this consciousness of the divine unity with us, let's apply another Rosicrucian law and principle associated with the law of gratitude. I invite you to extend thanks to all those who have loved you well, whether incarnated or not. All those who have taught you well. All those who have sacrificed well on your behalf and thereby became sacred. One of the wonderful things about invoking the law of gratitude and thanks is it helps us attune with the cosmic, intensifies the application of the law of cosmic attunement. Now let us begin our descent from the heights of the celestial sanctum if you so choose now. Going at tremendous speed past the galaxies and the great cosmic web connecting the galaxies and stars, passing myriad stellar phenomena, enjoying the exhilaration of the descent, experiencing what ancient philosophers and mystics have said from time immemorial, the music of the spheres or the harmony of the spheres. In the distant sea, the Milky Way galaxy, our local home. And let's plunge into the great arm where we dwell. Past myriad stars, and asteroids, and planets, and rogue planets, black holes. And see in the distance the beautiful elliptical orbits of the solar system, the great fiery ball of the sun, our local star. See now the beautiful blue jewel of the earth. As we return back to it, the temple for our learning in this incarnation. For the hemisphere where we left off, the continent where we left off, our great nation or country, our province or state, our county, our local geographic area or town or city, back to our neighborhood, feeling reborn, rejuvenated, reintegrated, healed, all the more ready for the work and worship of the day, taking with us the cosmic attunement and the radiations of love and well-being as part of our mission in life. I invite you to say with me the following prayer and invocation in our closing. May the God of my heart sanctify this attunement of self with the celestial sanctum. So mote it be. Let us continue our descent back into the building where we left off, where we're situated, feeling re-energized and rested, all the more ourselves, all the more ready to take up the great adventure in living, grow and evolve in consciousness and maturity, increase capacity to love and be of service. And when you're ready, you may wish to stretch, arch your back and your arms and move your fingers and open your eyes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. You have such a hypnotic voice. It's really beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. So I think everybody enjoyed this beautiful evening we had tonight. We don't have any questions, so I think we're going to let it sort of drift off into the evening, allow ourselves to quietly contemplate what we've experienced, and just contemplate on some of the imagery and the thoughts that we experienced this evening. And again, I think this is such a beautiful way to end off a week. It is really, really calming. I know I'm going to probably just sort of pass out on the couch later because I really need it. But I want to say thank you again, Hugh, for being with us this evening and for giving us a beautiful memory that we can use again and again. Because this is being recorded, so people can go back and listen to this recording and use it when they want to have a moment of clarity and peace. And I think this is going to be great for everyone listening, that they know that they can come back and listen to this again. So I just want to say thank you. Did you have any parting comments?
Well, I want to extend my great thanks to you and all your wonderful organizing, and thank you to everyone participating with us. I very much feel your presence and your wisdom and love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's great. And we definitely want to have you come back on the show in the near future. We can talk some more. And just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining us. This was a lovely evening. And thank you again, Hugh, for being with us. And so I think if that's going to be it, yeah. So we have a comment. Thank you, Sua. He said he loved it. I know it was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. And again, next week, we'll see you back here again on Wednesday and also Thursday for a discussion group. But until then, I want to wish you, everybody, a beautiful evening and a lovely weekend. And I hope that you will use this recording to relax and also to impart a lot of wisdom that we learned from the Rosicrucian Order. So again, check out the links that you received in the email that was sent out today, last couple of days. And also, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to Hugh at the location in Ontario. And if you have any questions, check out the links, and you can always write to him as well. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Hugh, for being with us. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening and take care. Goodbye.